Energy, particularly international oil prices, are high. Regional imbalances within India is growing. More importantly, inadequate employment opportunities. These are some of the weaknesses. The present government is alive to these problems. The common minimum program envisaged by the government seeks to address many of these present shortcomings. It wants to ensure that the economy grows at least by 8% and in a sustained manner to generate employment so that every family is assured of a safe and viable livelihood. More importantly, this government realizes that it has to be a balanced growth, a balance between agriculture, industry and services. The growth plan should ensure this balance so that the benefits flow to all sections of the society and to all regions of this country. Let me illustrate what we mean by a balanced growth. Industry today contributes 27% of the GDP and has remained so for years. The share of the services has increased from 42% to 50%, and while the share of the agriculture has come down from 31 to 22%. Manufacturing, which is a part of the industry, accounts for only 17% of India's GDP. This is very low. More than 75% of our export is through manufactured goods. And for a healthy and a balanced growth of Indian economy, and also there is a need to create the right type of job opportunities for the people coming into the job market, and to increase our own global trade. The manufacturing activity should be somewhere around 32 to 35%. And in China and other East Asian countries, it is somewhere nearer, some cases even nearer 40%. 35% is an average in those countries. As against that, the Indian manufacturing contributes only 17%. The problem today is that this type of an imbalance, that where the manufacturer is not kept in pace with the needs of the situation, is creating a tremendous amount of strain to the Indian economy. The manufacturing sector grew at the rate of about 7% during the last several years. This rate of growth has to go up considerably. So it has to be planned and we have to work for it. And first, the competitiveness of the Indian manufacturer has to go up for a variety of reasons, partly not within the responsibility of the industry itself. Our manufacturing, the competitiveness of Indian manufacturing has not been all that good in many areas. This has to be improved. It is for this reason this present government have formed a National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council, and this council, which has a large number of industrialists, academics and the policy makers, and is addressing itself to the problems of the manufacturing sector, how to make it more competitive, how to remove the constraint, and it has formulated a national strategy for manufacturing. This strategy has also been accepted by the government. And I need hardly say that manufacturing is the engine of growth. This has been the main most of the major nations, whether it is USA, Japan or China or Korea, clearly staked their development on the manufacturing sector. When we talk of increasing India's share of the global trade of beyond 1%, it won't be possible unless we are able to step up considerably the manufacturing operation, because 70% of your exports is on manufactured goods. And we have come to the conclusion that the manufacturing should grow at the rate of 12 to 14%. I would say 14% is nearer the mark. and from an average which was seen in the last 10 years of 7 to 8%. It's a difficult task, a long haul. We have made a beginning. Already it's the last 2 years it's showing certain results. We have nearly reached up to 11%. Hopefully, I think our further efforts will take us on to the goal of 14%. And manufacturing is a strategic importance to any nation. Globally, the manufacturing activities are acquiring a new dimension. More and more, the trend is to source product from low-cost countries, and this movement is gaining momentum. We have past experience, and we have a large pool of skilled manpower. We have established raw material and supply base, and we have a large domestic market. And with this, I believe that India has the potential to emerge as a major manufacturing hub for the global market. In addition to it, 7 to 8 million boys and girls are expected in the job market in the next, in the coming years, and we have to find them jobs outside that. And I believe that unless the manufacturing is stepped up, it would be extremely difficult to provide gainful employment to these 7 or 8 million boys and girls coming into the market. We have identified through our studies as to what are the constraints in terms of increasing the manufacturing activities, and there are some general constraints affecting the entire industry as a whole. There are certain specific constraints to each verticals of manufacturing operation. The general constraints being the inadequate infrastructure, high transaction costs, lack of flexibility in dealing with labor market, inadequate emphasis on domestic research and development, and inadequate training facilities for skills. And seems to be the last one that I am telling you is something on which you are also must be concerned. And we believe that if India develops a growth rate of 10%, and if the industry grows at the rate of 14%, we are going to be very suffer because of lack of adequately trained manpower in this country. It's going to be a paradoxical situation. On one side, I am saying that we are the youngest nation. The other side, on the same side, I am saying that 8 million boys and girls are coming in the employment market. We are going to, unless this training is taken care of, and developing of skills at various levels, starting from what you are doing, the advanced management things, sciences, right down to artisan level. We are going to have a situation of having a lot of people without the employability. So we have sector-specific studies also which we are addressing, and with the help of the industry associations, with the help of the administrative ministries and the state government, we are in the process of, and with, of course, with the clear guidance, support by the Prime Minister, we are trying to formulate schemes or projects or plans, whatever you may call it, to remove the constraints and make the Indian manufacturing industry as competitive as possible. I think with these efforts, India would gain the economic strength as envisaged.